Hi, my name is Eli Taylor with the AP Design Fab Lab. Today we're going to be talking about the MillerMatic 255 welding machine. Okay, first things first, let's grab some PPE. And these two black cabinets is where we store them. Start by grabbing a jacket. The sizes are labeled on the back of the collar there. If you're not wearing denim or canvas pants, I need you to wear an apron underneath your jacket to protect your legs. In here, we have leather gloves. If you're welding, you need to be wearing leather. The sizes are also on the back of the glove, and they should be paired up left to right. When you grab it, unclip it, go ahead and weld. When you're done, just make sure to come back, pair them back up so it's nice and ready for the next person. We're going to need a welding helmet. I highly recommend the Jackson hood. All right, we have all of our safety gear on. Now it's time to set up the machine. I always start by grabbing the gun lead. I unwrap it. Make sure we don't have any twists or coils in it. One continuous line. We have holsters on all these tables. You'll see them on the corners. Go ahead and insert that into a holster so that the trigger isn't pressed while we turn on the machine. Now I will grab the ground lead, and it needs to be connected to bare metal. Some of the legs on these tables are painted and you won't have a good connection. So ground to the table top on this one. Over here, I typically will ground it to this tube because it's not painted. Next step is going to be turning on the shielding gas. Shielding gas is very important while you're welding. If it's not turned on, you're going to have horrible welds. We have two bottles on this machine. The left side is going to be for our carbon steel setup here, the one that I just unwrapped. This bottle here on the right is for our spool gun. That is an aluminum specific welding process that we will cover in another video. So to turn it on, you're going to unpin it, open up the clamshell. You'll see a knob here for the regulator. You'll see a knob here for the gas bottle. You should never have to adjust this. If you need help adjusting it, come grab a shop tech and we'll get that figured out for you. To open the bottle and turn it on, you need to twist this counterclockwise. The same as opening a bottle on a mason jar or on a soda bottle. You're going to turn it counterclockwise until the knob stops spinning. You don't need to crank it down real tight. You'll see that these gauges have now risen up, and that's all you got to do. We should be ready to go. Okay, our machine is set up. Now it's time to power on. We're going to cut to a video from Miller, the manufacturer of this welding machine, and they're going to talk about how to actually use the interface.
Power up your machine by turning on the power switch located on the front panel of the machine. Now let's look at the interface, starting with the Auto Set Elite feature. The Auto Set feature makes setup quick and easy. No matter what material you choose, you can use Auto Set Elite to set your MillerMatic to the proper welding parameters. First, turn the Auto Set Elite feature on by pushing the Auto Set button. When the Auto Set mode is on, the Auto Set button will illuminate and the process selection information will appear on the bottom of the screen above the buttons. Begin by selecting the wire and gas type being used by using the two left buttons under the material and gas selection. Next, input your wire diameter using the middle button. Then input the material thickness using either of the two buttons on the right. It's just that easy. Auto Set Elite adjusts your machine to a weldable parameter. Auto Set Elite allows you to fine-tune your parameters to the precise settings you prefer. Should you choose to fine-tune parameters, simply tweak the controls for voltage and wire feed. The factory default settings are represented when the bullseye is displayed. By turning Auto Set off, you can operate your machine in manual mode. Use the left knob to control the voltage and the right knob to adjust wire feed speed. Refer to the parameter chart located inside the door for suggested starting parameters. The new MillerMatic 255 now has pulsed MIG capabilities. Pulsed MIG is a spray transfer that produces less heat input than a conventional weld, resulting in less spatter, warping, and distortion. Pulsed MIG is also very popular for MIG welding aluminum.
Before I weld, the first thing I do is I check the nozzle. If there's any carbon steel BBs or buildup inside of that nozzle. It needs to be cleaned out. This one isn't in too bad a shape, but we'll go ahead and demonstrate it anyways. This nozzle threads off. You'll see this is your contact tip. It doesn't need to be perfectly shiny, but we definitely need to clean any spatter off of the front of it. These are called welding pliers or welpers. How they work is there's a file, a needle nose, that you will insert into the nozzle, spin it around, and it'll shine up and clean the inside of that nozzle and remove all of the buildup. So we cleaned our contact tip, we cleaned our nozzle. Go ahead and screw this back on. These welding pliers have a trimmer built into them. What they do is they'll trim the wire to the length that you need to start your weld. What you do is you take the recessed side of the pliers, butt them against the front of the nozzle, and trim it. That'll get it to the right length to start your weld. It's very important to coat these tables in anti-spatter. That'll keep the tables clean and free of debris. The final step before starting welding would be to turn on the fume extraction. Each bay has a hood just like this. On the back, you'll see a switch for the fan and one for the light. Go ahead and turn both of those on. It'll take about 10 to 15 seconds for the collection to ramp up and start working. Now you should be good to go. Everything should be ready to weld. Thanks for watching the video. Please clean up after yourself.